All right, folks, AJ the CEO here, and yes, I know I've taken my sweet time to get part 2 of this done to talk about the digital wall, but that's what this is going to be all about. So I'm leveraging the system here that we've put in place so I can actually record this, so this will be better. But the screen that we have here is a 2.97 millimeter. That is the amount of pixels that are going across. So we actually have a double unit down. So we have these modules consist of little 168 pixels wide and down for each one. And it looks like it was a piece of dust or something in here. But anyway, it's going to go in a perfect square. So when we calculate out the resolution, the count of pixels, we're going to do 168 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 across, so 168 times 12, and then we're going to go down 168, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 down. So 12 across, 8 down. That's really important when we calculate this because we're sending a 1080p signal to this, but the video processor is scaling it down to the resolution that is supported on the device. So let's go ahead and cut over to the computer and we can show you how to set up everything in the pictures and everything. Alrighty, we are here on the desktop. All right, so we're here on the desktop and the device is connected. I showed you we have the video processor mounted up under the desk here, and we have a HDMI coming directly from this computer going to it. So the first thing also, excuse me, sorry, I keep misquoting it. We also have that USB that's connected here. That is essential for this. So we have the Nova LCT program here is what runs this whole thing. I'll have a link down below to this. And honestly, when running this, also make sure this is set to be ran in administrator mode. That just makes this come up way faster than it does before. All right, so here we go. The first thing we're going to do is come in here, go to, well, it's still, I thought it came up fast, but it's still processing. So let's give it a second. Alrighty, so we're connected, so we can see that we're reading the sending card. So first thing we're going to do is come over here to user. We're going to go to advanced and we're going to log in. And the password is going to be admin, all lowercase. Let's go in here. And let's go to screen configuration. Now, if you don't see anything showing here, that means that you don't have the USB cable connected. So make sure that is connected. And we're just going to go to next. All right, so I'm going to try and cut back and forth on here. So you can see exactly how the screen is working. So if I cut over here right now, you can see that's what's showing up because I duplicated everything. But we're going to quickly show how that changes. So here in the sending card, the very first time you get this, and I need to change my counts here so you can actually see this a little bit better. All right, so in here, first thing, we're on the sending card settings. Best thing to do is go ahead and hit the restore factory settings here. I'm gonna do OK. And what will happen is it will make every single panel show the exact same thing. So this is a good state to start at. So everything is done. Now the receiving card tab here, don't touch anything in here. If you do, you're gonna mess up something. Don't mess this up. It's already set. Don't need to touch anything on here. Now we're at the screen configuration. Now when we wired this, if I cut over here, I'm gonna put a graphic here to show how it works. The way this was wired is I actually have, you can see to the far right, those Ethernet cables. I have a row going across from the bottom right all the way to the bottom left, and then at the top right to the top left. So I am using 2 Ethernet cables to send across there. Now that is important because when we do the screen configuration, that's how we have to design this. So let's go to configure. Now, if you remember those numbers we were talking about, we're going to do our width and height. That is going to be 168, and the height is double. So that's 336. That's for each panel that we're doing. So we're going to have 6 panels in columns and 2 rows. And that is how that works. Now, this is if we were looking at the screen right now in the sanctuary. So this is the bottom to right here, all the way across is one row, right here is the other row. So Ethernet port number 1, I select, and that is the bottom row. So we're going to go ahead and click on here and drag across. And then because I'm using 2 outputs, I'm going to go to Ethernet number 2 and draw the lines for there too. All right. Now we're going to click on send to hardware. And we'll know everything works because if we cut over to the screen, there we go. Now it is working because it is properly mapping how everything is going to go now on the screen. Next thing we do, go ahead and hit save, and it's going to save this information to the hardware. So every time it starts up, it will come up with this exact setting, and that's it. Now it's going a little bit slow right now because it's going to ask, and you'll see a pop up here in a second, where it's asking to save those settings to a hardware configuration that's online. I'm not going to do that. And also, while this is coming up, I came across one issue that I'm going to circle back with LED Nation just to make sure, is my desktop, using the church logo, and there's that save to cloud. I'm not going to do that. One of the other things that I had an issue with this, and I didn't know, is I have a black background. And if I cut back over here, and let's widen this up so I can actually go out there so you can see what I'm doing. So inside of here, I actually changed the wallpaper to black. And that's what I originally had had it set up. But for whatever reason, when I put an all white screen on here, it just blew, it actually tripped the surges, my surge protectors on here. I think just pulling all white, which was turned on every LED on here to max, it's just pulling too much power. So that's just a learning lesson. I thought it was maybe as the outlet. I split it across to different outlets and throughout the sanctuary, and it still did it. When I changed the wallpaper, that's when I noticed that it didn't do it. And I never saw it before because I was never maxing out. Everything was always black, and I was running Pro Presenter and all that other good stuff. But a couple of people have asked me, what was my take on dealing with LED Nation? Honestly, it was great. They were very responsive. They were ready to be remoting in if I had some issues, because I had some configuration issues at first, but was able to figure that out when I just talked about the pixels and everything like that. Very, very responsive, very quick turnaround. This stuff has a 3-year warranty on it as well too. So if we have any issues, and installing it honestly was very easy. I mean, I did it in one day by myself, and these things are not heavy, but I must say, just really, really thankful for LED Nation. Everybody is impressed when they come in to see the images that are thrown up on here. And just really looking forward to how we're actually going to use it. We actually purchased Pro Presenter 7. So now we're going to have all of these screens, the ones that are on the TVs, the back wall, and the front, the back wall, the TVs throughout the sanctuary, throughout the building, and this back wall are going to be independent screens. So this is always going to be full screen, whatever is coming from Pro Presenter, and we can use the connection to send a signal to this. And Yeah, I mean, but that's not a part of the digital wall stuff. But I must say, also, side note, if we ever wanted to make this bigger, they're just daisy chained together. We can expand out here to the side, make it bigger, go wider, and add different modules. If anything, I wouldn't add any more modules up, probably go to the left and right to make them wider. But we would just connect those up to the Ethernet and just daisy chain them, go back through that software that we just did and configure how the image needs to be split. So let me know if you have any other questions. We're going to be playing around with this for quite a while. And again, thank you so much, LED Nation. I'll tag their channel here so you can actually check them out. Really good folks to work with, quick turnaround, and we got everything delivered. And again, big shout out to them again. And also, thank you, Signs and Wonders, for just the opportunity of being able to let me be y'all be my guinea pig on setting up one of these, and really excited about putting up another one of these here in the future. So if you like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. We'll catch you on the next video. Later.